DMCA.
Galileo.
Magnifico. Oh.
And on that note, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome to another episode of Exilia Regalia. I am your humble double master, the one and only Pudding Pastry Brothers. Dark, hello. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I'm joined, as always, by my lovely cast of intrepid adventurers. We have the Punkyard Dogs, the CGs, the Joe Mojos, the Wolfstalker 16s, the J Frost 747s, and the Wicked River 97s. Hello, friends.
Hello.
How are you guys doing today?
All right.
Punk, it's your birthday! Well, it's not your birthday, but it's close to your birthday.
It's pre-birthday, birthday eve.
Birthday miss.
Birthmas Eve.
Birthmas Eve.
Birthmas Eve.
Yes, today is a good day.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they prefer to be called Birthmas Evelyn.
I'll be right back.
Son of a...
Did he just... He knows we're starting, right? Joseph. Fine, you know what?
Joseph.
You're fine. You all get to make test rolls. Joe doesn't. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Oh, shit.
19. I almost got that nat 20.
You almost had 3 instances
12.
of inspiration.
14.
Speaking of almost nat 20.
Yeah.
No, Joe, your roll doesn't count. You fucking left. That's when you're starting.
But my wife was leaving for work, and I had to tell her bye.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Okay, that's fair.
See, I didn't know that. You just said, I'll be right back, and I'm just like, did he just fucking leave as we're starting?
Her foot was like right out the door. I had to rush my ass over
No,
there.
understandable. Have day. All right. Wow. On that note, let me pull up some fine music and we shall get started. Bing bong. Last time, continuing your long-deserved day off, a multitude of things happened. Corey had a serious discussion with Diana and Cedric. Flit convinced Reno to make it snow for a later group activity. Lily and Corvin convinced their significant others to join them for said group activity. Sarah had Weston's body commissioned to the tomb underneath the Akodea, and Ravon reunited with Kieran, who had been brought by Theon for her expert opinion on spirits to help gain some clarity on Raikiri. In doing so, Ravon and Raikiri formed a symbiotic bond, one that would allow him to increase his own power for the greater good. Afterwards, you all met up for a bout in the snow, about that no one emerged from unscathed. And you were even treated to a pleasant surprise when Cedric decided, I'm apparently dyslexic today, pardon, decided to join the activities. Now, we find ourselves within the interior of the castle, where, in the midst of hot cocoa and a warm fire, you all were shocked to see Nexus experience his first magical awakening. So, we are currently coming back in where we were. You guys are all kind of sitting in the middle of this room, kind of taking in what just happened. Diana is pretty much vibrating and screaming. Corey, you can like feel her grip. Her grip is like super tight. And she is just, like, loving all on Nexus, like, hugging him, kissing him all over.
Aww.
Just fucking genuinely, like, excited about it. And she looks at Nexus and she goes, Nexus, where did you learn how to do this?
Darn.
Yes.
Quick question, sorry.
Yes.
What does Cedric's face look like?
Make me an well, I guess that doesn't require an insight check. That just requires using your eyes. Cedric looks pleasantly surprised. He looks proud. If you want to insight for more, you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would very much like... Yeah, you're going to get that insight check anyway that you wanted, because... I want to see, is there any... Let me see, hold on. What's the word for it?
I think I might know
Like,
what you're getting.
Sad.
Yeah.
You know, like the Mirabelle, like,
almost
don't
like
feel regret
remorseful.
or sad at all. That, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and
'Cause
make me an
he
insight check.
Still doesn't, because magic, yeah.
I'm gonna
He
give
said
you
that he's the only
advantage on
one.
this based on your conversation earlier in the day with him.
14. Fuck me.
14.
That was a low, but yeah.
On the surface.
Can I get an wait.
Mm,
I actually really want to know, so can I use one of my inspirations?
You
on that?
can, absolutely.
So would this be a normal roll or still?
I would let you re-roll with advantage,
Oh, okay, thank you. I didn't know.
considering that the check was
Again.
initially with advantage.
21.
21.
21.
21. Remorse is not the word I would use. He's proud, obviously, that his son, you know, has magical power. His wife's magical power. But the thing is that he knows it's not something he got from him. But as Nexus has mentioned, he's wanting to be a cleric, and you know, Corey, you know, that clerical magic is not given inherently. It's specifically given by a god or by a powerful being. So there is not really remorse in this because Cedric knows, like, I didn't fuck up. This wasn't something that I couldn't give him as my wife did. This is something that Nexus got on his own.
I see. So some god of some sort, some being somewhere, hath blessed this child.
Yes.
Purposefully.
If Nexus had come out as like a sorcerer and was like, you know, throwing slinging spells, stuff that he got from, say, his mother, that'd be one thing. But this is a blessing. So,
are we able to pick up on the vibe of what god this might be? Is there anything like maybe denoting about like the flavor of magic or like a glow or
make me a religion check.
I was gonna say if anyone would be able to figure it out, it'd be Diana.
I would say.
Yeah, could I assist her on a roll?
I will let anyone who is proficient in religion make this check.
I don't know
So,
what it is.
not in religion, but I have Arcana, if that helps.
I'm gonna say religion for this.
God.
All right, had to check.
Arcana would be determining that it is clerical magic, which you guys would. I wouldn't even require a check for that.
Okay.
21.
I love that both of them were 21.
Just Flit's making this check?
I'm not
don't have,
proficient in it, but
Yeah, me neither.
Okay.
wait,
Hmm?
could I manage to roll like just normal on the basis that J. Frost's comment is right? Corey would remember the spoon, the prophecy.
Raise the cosmic.
I
The
will.
cosmic spoon.
You know, I'll tell you what.
She really wasn't like, wait, on the off hand. Was it him?
I'll tell y'all what. If anyone who wants to roll and doesn't have proficiency in religion, if anybody without proficiency in religion wants to roll, you can, but it will be with disadvantage.
Okay.
You know what? Praise the cosmic spoon. I'll roll.
Mine wouldn't be a flat roll.
Fine.
It would be
Fine
it
by
would be
me.
disadvantage.
4.
Religion.
11.
15.
4.
Lily actually got a decently high check.
Yeah.
I'll start with Lily, and then we'll go to Flit. Lily, this aura, this magical aura that you are seeing Nexus give off with this brand new spell he's cast is familiar in a way. Flit, This seems very similar to Diana's spellcasting.
Interesting.
And on that note, Diana, who is like praising Nexus, like, how'd you learn how to do this? Nexus speaks up. Well, I've been praying. I've been praying to Apollo for magic because I want to protect those that I care about. I want to help people. And you see he pulls out from under his shirt a very small holy symbol of Apollo. Corey, you watch Diana nearly burst into tears at this.
What does Cedric's face look like now?
I was actually going to get to that. Cedric,
Okay.
Cedric with a small smile kind of leans over and he kind of thumbs the holy symbol. Following in your mother's footsteps, huh? Yeah, I know that Mommy liked Apollo and Miss Diana likes Apollo, so I figured I should as well, right? Cedric kind of ruffles his hair. He goes, "No, makes sense. Wait right here. I need to go get something."
Nexus.
Yeah?
You do know that you don't have to. You can still pursue, this, but you're not tied to Apollo just because you're your mom. You know that, right? I just want to make sure you know you can choose, your future.
Corey, make me a charisma check. I'll give you advantage on this as well. Not a persuasion check, charisma check.
Yeah, okay. I'm just, huh?
Solid.
Holy shit, 18!
Solid. He looks at you and he kind of pauses for a moment. He goes, "Okay, yeah. I know. I think I know what you mean."
We are so proud of you, just all of us here. She gestures at everyone.
You see he gets like this really big smile as he kind of looks around at the group. What is the rest of the party's reaction to this? Not everyone speak up at once.
I'm just
Sorry,
thinking how to put this into words.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay. I'm just being
How do we
shit.
put this delicately?
I was trying to refigure out which button I have to push to talk.
As y'all are thinking about this, Cedric has gotten up and he has walked out of the room, seemingly with a purpose.
I think the way that
Mental note.
I think the way Flit would react right now would be as this magic comes out and the explanation, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, that's so adorable.
Aww.
Like just kind of that mix of pride and I don't know what the other word would be, but definitely a sense of pride and just like, I guess, satisfaction. Hard to say. I
Yeah.
don't know the word.
I get you.
Fulfillment?
Yeah, we'll go with fulfillment.
What about the rest of the group? To add on to your thing, Flint, you can see Reno kind of off to your side, looking almost smug in a way, in that classic, like, Reno way that he does.
Ah, yes, this was a...
Sorry.
No, go ahead, sir. I was just making a joke. Go ahead.
I stepped away to get my blanket. What did I miss?
I'm asking how the rest of the group is reacting to
Nexus magic.
Yeah, Nexus magic.
He got the blessing of Apollo.
That
So,
part I heard.
So Corbin would just kind of like whisper into Ara's ear. I had something for this, but then I fucking lost it. What was it?
Do you want me to
But
come
he would
back?
just kind of. Yes, please.
Okay.
Lily would just kind of, I guess, be impressed for one. But remember, Lily also doesn't know this child that well, like everyone else does.
You've had a few minor interactions with Nexus, but you obviously haven't had the same experiences with him that the rest of the group has. You know that he's Cedric's kid, and you know that he's important to the party, and you know, based on what the party and everybody has told you regarding your mission, he's a really important kid.
I figured that much, and like, you know, I've gotten to interact with a small child. It's just very weird when Lily interacts with children who are the same height, if not taller.
Nexus is about on par with you.
Oof.
Sarah's probably just sitting drinking her hot cocoa with a mildly surprised look on her face and muttering to herself, so only she can hear, "Damn it, another Apollo person. Couldn't have gone with Artemis."
What's so special about Apollo? Me.
He's only like the he's like the messenger of the gods. Ugh.
That's,
Yeah, he's
wait,
postman. Me.
Artemis is cooler.
After
wait.
after a couple of minutes.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
J Frost?
I was about to say, y'all mean Hermes, right?
Probably.
I'm just giving Nexus some very happy uncle-y head pats.
yeah. Also, Corbin,
Training begins tomorrow.
Did you remember?
Yeah.
Yes, I finally I had to write it down just so I could remember, just so I didn't have to fuck it up again. He's gonna whisper into Ara's ear, "Kids are wonderful, aren't they?"
She looks at you and simply whispers, "Do not."
Did Corey hear that?
Make me, Corbin, if you don't want anyone else to hear it, make me a stealth check. Corey, make me a perception check.
Man, she gonna
Do
beat
I get
me up,
advantage? That's just a question.
What was that?
Do I get advantage?
No.
Damn.
If anything, be glad
I
you don't
mean-
have disadvantage.
What the fuck would I have disadvantage?
Because you're enthralled in
You're
what the
exhausted.
child has done.
You're right. Yes, but
Oh,
I
I-
still have my observant.
Ooh.
I'm gonna roll against it, but I expected a higher roll from Corey because
Yeah,
Joe
me
wants this to be
too.
heard.
Me too. You think a +5
Like,
gets you, you know,
you can choose,
fairly well.
You can choose to fail if you want it.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna choose to fail because I want to see the reaction.
So, Corey, you do hear that.
Nice. She just looks over. She very discreetly just cuts her eyes and like gives Corbin a cat that ate the canary face. I see you. I see you making plans. That look.
I mean, you've seen his family. You know that he's that the idea of kids is
Not unheard of.
not unheard of, especially with like how many that he probably had to help take care of.
Corey,
Hell, if there
Well,
was a proficiency in child rearing, he'd have it.
Corey,
nice.
you see Ara give you, like, stare daggers at you for a second. Make me a charisma save. Oh,
Nat 20!
you
The dice know. They know.
Can you win?
You watch her give you this very intimidating like glance, but if anything, it emboldens you, and your face turns into like the classic like gremlin like.
The moment she says don't, he's just gonna kind of like hold his hands up. Okay, okay.
After a couple minutes of this, Cedric comes back with something in his hand. He seems to be finagling something. And he kneels down to Nexus. And he holds out what appears to be a onyx holy symbol of Apollo. This was your mother's. She took it with her everywhere she went. Now it is your turn. Nexus, almost like startled at this, kind of pauses, and he just looks at his dad. Can I really? I don't want to break it. And Cedric, no, son. You'll be just fine in your capable hands, I promise you that. Nexus kind of sheepishly takes it. He looks at it for a minute, and then he takes off the one that he's wearing and puts his mom's one on. And then he looks back up at his dad and just gives him a big hug. Cedric hugs his son very tight. And Corey, you watch him kind of flash you and Diana a glance for a second. And a smile.
Do insight? Is that it? Is that a to come hug child with me?
Sure, you can say if you
The
want.
kind of look.
Roll insight.
You're fucking kidding me, at 12.
This is probably the happiest he's looked in a while. You've seen him have some pretty tired expressions, especially over the past few days. He looks genuinely happy and almost relieved to a degree. In this
Corey's just gonna beam
moment.
at him. Just beam, big warm smile. Like the kind that like makes your eyes like really warm.
Yeah. The hug goes on for about 20 seconds and then they both separate and the night continues. After that almost hectic moment, I wouldn't say hectic. Hectic's not the word I was looking for, but after this
Busy?
yeah, busy moment, it would be better. Eventful. So, what I'll ask now is, as the night continues on, what do you guys want to do? You can obviously talk to anyone in the room. You've got your group, you've got Diana, Nexus, Cedric, Theon and Reno are in there. Kieran is in there. Ara, Genia. If you guys want to talk to anyone, you can, or if you want to go elsewhere and do something else, you are welcome to as well.
I will wait, but I would like to just say Corey would very much like to talk to Nexus and Cedric and Diana.
Absolutely.
I think obviously, but yeah, I've been seeking for a minute, so I definitely want to wait.
How about I'll tell you all this? How about I do what we were doing before and I'll roll a d6? Does that sound fair to everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
sounds
hold
good.
on. Yeah, I sometimes forget that there are exactly 6 of you. And I'm like, I see my name, I'm like, wait, there are 7 of us.
But only one may roll.
There's 6.
Imposter among us.
Hold on.
Well, then we're
gotta-
fine.
Just gotta.
We're
do
all on the
that
same team
real
then.
quick.
We're
We're gonna start with Flit. Flit, you're kind of sitting off to the side. I don't know in character how familiar Flit is with hot cocoa. But besides the warmness of the chocolate and the marshmallow, there is a sort of warmness of like, I would describe it as belonging. Not only in this room with your friends, but Toshi at your side, Reno on the other. It almost feels like home in a way.
But acknowledges this feeling of contentment and acceptance, and she thinks about it for a moment. And she looks to most everyone in the group, and she gets a similar feeling, but she notices not everyone. And so she's just kind of like, when everyone something is at a lull, everyone's just kind of like enjoying a sip of cocoa or something. But she's gonna go, you know, um, it's been a while since we've all been, kind of like together and relaxing like this. When we were on the road traveling up, north, it was a bit of a different vibe, I guess. And she just kind of like looks to everyone. We've been through so much, all of us, but I like to think we're all we're all close, we're all together. But a few of us are pretty recent additions to our little traveling group. I want to, talk a little bit about them, get to know them a little bit better. And she looks specifically at Kieran and over at Lily.
As you kind of look over at Kieran, her ears kind of like droop for a second, like, almost like stage fright.
You hear Lily almost choke on her hot chocolate.
And since this couple of weeks has been so hectic, I feel like we haven't really gotten a chance to know either of you, like as in depth as perhaps some others. And I'd like to fix that. So, do you think you guys could, I don't know, tell us a little about yourselves, and we can share anything with you if you also wish. We don't want to put any. I don't want to put any pressure on you.
Lily just stops for a second and kind of sets her hot chocolate in her lap. She's kind of like sitting up on one of the couches, like crisscross, because very
Ingenia's
small.
Ingenia's lap, who is also sitting crisscross, so it's almost like you got like a little nest.
The
Stop
Russian
it, I'm
nesting
too
lap.
gay.
Yeah.
Damn it. You said it before I did.
She kind of clears her throat. Well, I'm not very good at talking about myself, but I do know that I am glad that I got to join up with everyone. You guys have been really good friends. She, you can tell she's not used to being put on the spot like this anymore. Like, Lily's always, I guess, a little quiet because there's so much presence in one area.
River, remind me, because I'm having trouble remembering. Have you told Genia about your military history? Like, gotten in depth about it? I don't remember off the top of my head.
I think I believe I did.
Okay.
Probably on, like, kind of the second time I had stayed the night. I know it was after a big, long thing that we had done.
Okay.
And, I probably would have vented to her about everything.
I thought so. I just wanted to make sure.
She kind of squeezes her the coffee or the mug in her hands a little tighter. It's been a long time since I've considered people, you know, friends, comrades. She, kind of lets out a deep breath. The war wasn't easy and wasn't really kind to me.
As you say that, Cedric kind of speaks up and he goes, "What? Sorry, I lost the word. What regime were you in?"
Above game, I can't remember.
Regiment would have also been a good word. You were in. Let me find it. I don't think I've actually given you the exact number, but it was let me find it. The 31st Scout Regiment.
Typing that. 1 second.
No worries.
She, looks over at him. The 31st Scout Regiment.
He kind of nods. And then just waits for you to continue.
We were out on a scouting mission and got ambushed, and needless to say, I wasn't the leader I should have been that day. She just kind of looks down at the almost empty mug of hot chocolate.
You see the very vague reflection of your face and the very little bit that's left in the bottom of the cup.
What was your squad like?
To answer that above game, River, they were a bunch of dickheads, but you loved them. They were practically siblings in terms of their attitude.
Remember, Lily's first love was in that squad too.
Also true. The camaraderie was strong in that group.
She gives like one of those kind of sad laughs. Of course, she's not wanting to swear because there is a child here still. She looks up at everyone, really. They were like family. We worked together. We knew each other all pretty close, and when she says that, you can see her grip tighten on the mug again. I want to say that this is my second chance, that, you know, I know that they would want me to do whatever I can. Also, I'm sorry if you hear Leo in the
Hi,
background.
Leo.
Hello, Leo.
He's going to bed and Joe has the door open.
My door's closed. What are you talking about?
Shut up.
You walked into that one.
Like a door.
Yeah, but thankfully
Well-
not the door because it was open.
True.
Nice.
Stop that. It's supposed to be a serious moment.
It still is.
Sorry.
Shush. Get back into it, guys. We good.
Scene, continue.
I want to say that this is my second chance to do the right thing. That I can, be a better comrade and be a better. She just kind of trails off. You can visibly, Genia would definitely feel like she's slightly shaking, trying not to visibly cry.
You feel her grip around you tighten a bit more. It's comforting. Cedric speaks up and he goes, I've seen my fair share of conflict. I have led men, many to their deaths. So, allow me to tell you that firsthand. No matter what decisions you made that day, nothing could control what happens in the heat of combat. And regardless of what happened that day, it was not your fault.
When he says that, she just kind of breaks down a little and buries her face in her hands and has the cup kind of just sitting between her legs.
Genia tightly begins to squeeze you a bit. Kieran, trying to break the tense nature of this conversation, he goes, maybe I should take my turn now.
Lily just nods, still sobbing into her hands.
We love having both of you here. I just wanted to say thank you for talking to us, and I know we've been kind of running around a lot and haven't had really time for this.
Diana,
I'm glad we're able to sit down and talk about this.
Diana speaks up as well. That's a lot to bottle up. Thank you for trusting us with that.
But kind of speaks up. We're glad to have you, and that took a lot of courage to bring up. Kieran, said you wanted to go?
Yeah, look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm kind of a stranger in all this. I've led a pretty uneventful life, aside from, spirit guide. She says, kind of waving her hands, doing the sort of jazz hands sort of thing. But in terms of adventuring, I hadn't really done much of it until I met you all. You guys helped me with my pilgrimage, and I can't thank you enough for that. But my story really isn't terribly eventful to tell, so I guess if you want to ask me something, I'm willing to answer it. I honestly am still a little flabbergasted that I'm, here in another continent, in just a moment, I warped across the world and came here, and now I'm having hot chocolate with wizards and kings. This is a little overwhelming, honestly.
I honestly feel you. I never thought I would end up here. I'm from the Ashen Vale.
Long way from home.
Yep. And I honestly thought I was going to spend most of my life just roaming from like town to town, just picking up what knowledge I could here and there because I enjoy that. And getting to know people and learning more about this really strange world that we're in. Because if you think about it, it's just amazing.
Who's to say you still can't?
Oh, I still can. I'm just doing it with so many more people that I didn't think would mean as much to me as they have become.
Well, at least you're not aim this.
You feel Diana kind of squeeze your hand at that.
She'll return the squeeze. Where's Nexus and Cedric? Are they still...
They're still there.
In the cuddle puddle?
Yeah.
She's gonna bump her shoulders against them and give them just warm smiles.
Nexus is still kind of fawning over the holy symbol that used to belong to his mother. And Cedric has been kind of watching him go, but he's been stoic and listening. And he kind of returns the bump to the shoulder a little bit.
Nice.
Kieran kind of speaks up. Yeah, I again, if you guys have any questions for me, I can answer them, or I could just, I don't know, start from the beginning, but, I mean, I don't want to take up everybody's time.
Take up? You're treating us by hanging out with us. You know that, right?
Her ears droop a little bit and she smiles, kind of like that nervous smile. Well, I guess the biggest thing that's happened to me is obviously how I got my power. I've always been able to see spirits and, ghosts. Not as well as, not as well as I do now, but, I would always see things out of the corner of my eye, and apparitions take shape, unlike the normal person. A lot of people... Go ahead.
Sorry. Did you feel relieved when you found out this was a type of magic?
Yeah, I did. I think a lot of people when I was younger thought I was crazy, having all these wild imaginary friends that I would go into excruciating detail about. But my mom, she was the one who originally told me what all of it was about. She was the one who, I guess I got this gift from. She told me that she originally was a spirit guide, and how she was able to help people pass on. And I don't know, from that point on, it just sort of became the thing I wanted to do, And so my mom took me under her wing, taught me a lot of things, more things than I ever thought I would learn, including how to do stuff like this. And you see she kind of like flicks her wrist and a small, like, ball of sparkles come out. And then, after a few years, she passed away. Not long after she had helped me make a spirit pass on. My very first one. An older man named Galleon. I didn't know...
Galleon?
Galleon.
Okay, sorry, your audio is a little wonky for me, but...
Oh, I see. Good to know. I will also put that name here in the general chat. Galleon.
Thank you.
I didn't know anything about him. I didn't know what life he led, but all I knew was that his spirit was lost and that I wanted to help him. I did more after that, after my mom passed away, and then I started to see her spirit as well. And I knew I couldn't hold back anymore, that I needed to fulfill my promise to her. And, well, then I went to the big old city in the cave, one that may seem familiar to you guys, one that we might have met in. Came up across a random group of strangers who happened to be going up the mountain. And they were kind enough to help me finish my pilgrimage. And then we went up, and then we fought a freaky monster, several in fact.
Maybe we don't go into detail that
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
It was not fun.
No, it wasn't.
Very creepy.
I haven't seen her since I scattered my mom's ashes to the wind. I assume that's a good sign, but I don't know. For the first time in my life, I feel, I don't know, guilty? It's an odd feeling. The last time I saw her was in Mortardeep, where I met you all. The night that we had actually stayed in the tavern. But not since then. Well, I guess technically the last time I saw her was when, I scattered the ashes. I'm not gonna pretend like I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't know. Now she's gone, and I guess I feel guilty that now I don't have her to cling on to? Or maybe I'm just scared about moving on. Maybe this has all been a big lesson about moving on, letting go. And then you see she kind of like peters out.
You worry if you're weak for missing them as much as you do?
I guess so. I don't know how I feel. It's hard to describe.
Is it a combination?
Maybe. After...
Sorry, Corbin, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Venturing out and doing your own thing is the hardest thing about growing up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just kind of need to just whiff it. They're still, I mean, no pun intended, they're still with you there in spirit.
Funny. Haven't heard that one before. She says, giving kind of like a coy smile.
He, like, he's actually Corvin's head is actually kind of like laying on Ara's lap, and he's kind of giving Kieran like a deadpan stare. I'm not joking.
Yeah. But after all that, I went home, spent some time with my family, and figured out what I wanted to do next. And, well, doing this, kind of gesturing at her staff. It's really been the one thing I've always been good at and has made me feel good. So I've been considering going around and helping people let go. Like you all helped me do.
I think you are very selfless. And very kind.
She smiles. Thank you. I wouldn't have survived the journey up the mountain without you guys. I can't thank you enough.
I'm really happy we strangers were able to help you.
Yeah, me too.
To be fair, even the lot of us had a lot of trouble in that area.
Well, I guess it's good that we helped each other then, right?
Sarah, what were you trying to say?
Sarah's been kind of quiet, just listening, staring at her mug of hot chocolate. Kieran,
Yes.
how can you tell if a spirit is lingering? Like, do you have to be with their body, or where they passed?
Well, it depends. That's sort of the difficult thing about being a spirit guide, is that a lot of these things are situational. Depends on how powerful the spirit is, the impact that it left in life, whether or not possessions are involved, whether or not, like you said, the body is involved. I mean, it really depends. Some are extremely easy based on the circumstances, some are nearly impossible.
Okay, thank you.
You see her gaze kind of lingers on you for a second. Make me an insight check, Sarah.
Forgot that was on disadvantage. That's a 26.
I'm gonna DM you something.
Okay.
I DM'd you a thing. Make it that what you will.
Okay. I'm guessing I would have noticed that.
Absolutely.
Sarah's going to look over her shoulder and then look back at Kieran with a kind of quizzical look.
As you look back at her, she has turned her gaze back to the rest of the group.
I have a feeling I know what's going on, but I will wait on that.
Okay. Corvin, would you like to describe this thing you're doing?
So as like everyone's kind of having a moment, that same string of like red smoke will definitely appear in like a circle around Kieran and kind of waft on up to the into the ceiling, as if the ceiling is sucking it in.
You see her kind of like instinctively like grab her staff, and as it kind of wafts through the ceiling, she lets it go, and I'm gonna make her roll a check. Yeah. She kind of looks around the room for a second to see if like anyone else noticed that, and you all would have seen this. And then she looks at you, Corvin, who has a very different expression than the rest of the group. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, come on. We have to lighten the mood up somehow.
Not cool,
He
man.
really likes to push boundaries. Maybe that's not the right way of putting it, but you know,
Not everyone.
you know.
Yeah, not everyone responds with humor when trying to open up. In fact, I'm actually curious, how are you handling coming home? I don't remember a lot, but I do know we talked with the bitch because I was.
Language court.
Yeah, Nexus is right there.
Do you know how many people have sworn in front of Nexus?
Yes,
you
but I just like
hear Diane.
I like to poke fun.
He's really immune to it at this point.
Yes, and he knows not to say it willy-nilly. He's a smart. Look at him! Look at him and his awesome. Just love. You're doing great.
You see him kind of happily just like shake his head ecstatically like a child does.
What do you mean exactly like a child? Just shake his head.
Ecstatically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Corvin actually kind of looks towards Corey, kind of like calming down and say, honestly, I hope I never meet her again. And I'm hoping that she's telling me the truth about everything, about how it was all a complete accident. Because if I find out that she was lying, well, old habits are going to be becoming a bit more familiar. But I'm able to go and come and go whenever I please. And he'll kind of squeeze Ara's arm. I have a woman who actually likes my company, and
You see
and
the
he'll look
rest
towards
of
the
you
group.
see Ara as he says that, kind of look around like looking at somebody behind her.
Ah, there it is. And he'll like the moment she does that, he'll actually let it slip. God, I love you. And then it like open his eyes. Oh.
I knew it. I knew you would be the first one to say, I told you you would. She like shoves you.
He'll just kind of get up. I'm sorry, but he'll look towards Nexus. You know what? I'm not going to say that in front of a child.
As you go to stand up, she like grabs you by the front of your shirt and just pulls you in close and kisses you. And as she like lets you go, she quietly just, I think I love you too.
Oh, you think?
I think.
We'll figure that one out later.
Later.
But he will kind of like sit back down. And honestly speaking, I never actually had a bunch of friends who once trying to stab me in the back at any moment. I actually like having you all around.
It varies from moment to moment.
Night's still
Listen,
young.
all shenanigans are cheeky and fun. The former people's shenanigans were kind of depressing, and I don't like it when people clout chase.
What?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch. I'll wait.
She
A
just
lot of people
Corey
are-
just kind of tilts her head. Like, Chase.
I could visibly, like, I could see Corey's reaction. Just, what? Just like the head tilt and
What
everything.
animal is that? Is that another being in the Feywilds? Another creature?
No,
What is
like
a clout?
let's just say a lot of people I associated with were trying to get higher in their own stations, and the best way they could find it was trying to leech it off of somebody else.
Ah. Leeches, just social leeches. Interesting.
Yes. Nasty creatures, them. But, y'all lean back. I'm just glad I don't have to choose between here or Navilis. It kind of eases a lot of my future plans.
As much as I hate to admit it, I'm glad to.
Yeah, I was really worried you'd have to choose.
Okay,
Me too,
Frost,
because
I see that!
I appreciate you, bud.
As this conversation goes on, you hear Theon kind of off in the corner, kind of chuckling to himself. It's funny. You talked a big game, but you mentioned how this was purely so you can get home. Now you have the opportunity, but you're still hanging around.
I deserve a day. I deserve a couple of days off after the weeks we've had.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, as far as I remember, I figured I would have been stuck there for a while until, I don't know, 10 years from now. Well, 7. The timing's off, I guess.
That kind of sounds like you're deflecting.
Ravon, you've been silent this entire time. Why don't you talk about yourself?
You see Theon give you a look, Flint. Just like, you know.
Just in the
Solidarity
middle of
nod.
eating. He's just in the middle of eating and goes, "Oh no, you're taking these verbal whippings." And then he just offers this little snack to Raikiri. He goes, "Can you snack?"
You see Raikiri kind of like sniffs it curiously, you know, like a dog would. And then kind of begins like pawing at it somewhat. Kind of like getting up on the hind legs because he's small, you're tall. And kind of like puts his paws on it and like almost like begins to nibble on it, you think. And then you pull back, or he pulls it. I've always seen that Raikiri as a male, but I guess it really doesn't have a gender. Raikiri kind of pulls back a little bit where they seemed to be nibbling, and that spot is still there. Raikiri just kind of sits back down. Kieran off to the side goes, she, I actually am unsure as to what gender you are. Raikiri kind of looks at Kieran. Raikiri shouldn't need to eat. I don't think even can. I've never seen a spirit able to do that.
This is very sad. Do not worry. We will get you spirit food. Soul food.
Hate you.
Nice.
You know what? Inspiration for that one. That I appreciate that one.
Yeah. Da 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 da.
I hear that's usually it comes in the form of chicken soup.
Yeah.
So Flint's gonna look on over to Raikiri now. You know, we have a lot of animals in our group now that I think about it. You've got
Rocky and Muggsy both kind of let out like a small sigh, like that dog sigh, just like.
I certainly seem to have quite a lot around me. kind of as she's kind of scritching behind their large mastiff ears.
One of their
I thought they were super nice.
Rocky's foot begins to kick a little bit.
What'd you say, Sarah?
I said I thought they were super nice.
It just kind of shrugs. Certainly have quite the menagerie, that's for sure. Who's missing one? Looks on over to Sarah. You have Raven. I got Rocky, Muggsy, and Toshi. They all end in the same vowel, which is kind of weird, but okay.
As Toshi hears his name, he kind of like peeks up, like out from under Flit's robe, like, huh?
I feed him. I imagine we're all eating drinking hot chocolate right now. I give him a marshmallow.
You can see he kind of like tongues it a little bit, mums it a little bit, and then you almost see like the smile come up, and he just kind of gently takes it in his mouth.
I don't know, is it a good idea to be feeding Toshi? Does he still have the 2 oranges from earlier?
Can you make a roll real
Question.
I thought that was Frostbite.
No, that was Toshi.
quick? That was
Toshi.
Frostbite had the single lump in the middle.
Oh, because I just imagined a round ferret.
The 2 lumps have gone down somewhat.
Okay.
You know, I'm pretty sure Toshi will, Toshi knows what he's doing. She looks down to Toshi. You do know what you're doing, right?
Lem.
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
His tongue sticks out and just slaps into his eye.
You see, one eye blinks, then the other does. Speaking of Frostbite, Lily, you feel Frostbite almost like go limp from your neck and kind of like fall onto Genia's leg. He is passed out.
Baby.
You see him
Important
fall,
question.
and he does that like classic pet thing where like he hits the floor and he like shoots up like, huh,
Actually, the funny thing is,
kind of scampers in place for a second.
a lot of types of ferrets and weasels won't wake up. They just fucking, like, deal with it.
That's fucking amazing. He absolutely does not wake up then.
So, question: was he like laying down belly up?
He was laying around Lily's neck like a scarf. Now he's laying belly up. He's kind of like draped across Genia's thigh.
Nice. That's adorable as fuck.
I don't remember who was leading. I think it was Flit.
I was just looking at the various pets in the group, honestly. We got Raven, Rocky, Muggsy, Toshi, Frostbite, Raikiri. She's gonna kind of look out over to Corvin. You know, with this trend, it wouldn't be too long till you got someone hanging around with you.
Corey,
See, that's the thing. I'm a trendsetter. I don't go with the crowd. So, if it happens, it happens. If not, I'm not going to seek it out, honestly.
I just don't like to drag animals away from their homes. If we meet one and it's just following, like, sure. I can also just summon some that.
Oh,
Just every now and again come by, but
this
I don't
coming
know.
from the one that wanted to steal war as much as I did.
Wait, weren't we trying to take a hellhound?
That was war.
Yes, that was war.
Who's good doggo?
Wait, you guys tried to do what?
Oh, you weren't there.
No, I was back at the castle.
I thought they told us about it.
Oh,
Did you-
we have story for you. This one is slaps on me.
Imagine there's just kind of like a quick smash cut, one explanation later. Wow, that must have really annoyed Marissa.
You hear Ara audibly go, "Good." Bitch.
Good.
The biggest bitch.
Corey just reaches over to high five. Both of them, actually.
Kind of leans in the neck, says, "It is funny because it also means female dog."
Oh.
What do you
Hold
think?
on. Are you teaching him bad things?
No,
No.
I am actually teaching him the literal meaning of words.
Maybe.
Insight.
A derogatory term for someone who is displeasing you and just disappointing you, but also being rude. It's a very interesting insult, actually.
Look, all
It's a
I'm
both.
saying, this is Ara. All I'm saying is that we founded the Fuck Marissa Club, gesturing at her and Corvin.
In more ways than one. Hate saying that.
She is
Ah!
hot. I'll give her that.
That one did not have. Corey looks nervously over at Cedric. Like, oh shit, we just brought that up in front of a kid and his dad.
Make me an insight check.
Above game, the king who used to be a former adventurer, I'm sure he's heard it once or twice before.
11? Why is tonight determined to fuck me with the rolls?
You're not sure what Cedric's thinking at this moment.
What expression does it look like, at least? Does it look more like a frown or a smile?
Oddly enough, neither. He just seems calm.
Is there red anywhere on his face?
No.
Don't you still have another reroll?
Shush, I'm saving that one.
Okay, fair enough.
I used at least one tonight because I had two, alright? I did my job. I used at least one.
Fair enough.
Can she look at Diana? And see.
Diana
Does
is
she look
choosing to
nervous?
ignore it. She already knows what happened between you and Marissa. Or what was going to happen between you and Marissa.
The
So she's just ignoring the topic entirely.
She's, of course, just gonna reach her hand that's not holding Diana's.
Yes.
I guess, and I was gonna say just cautiously put it on Cedric's, like, hey, on his elbow, like, we good? Give him the are we okay look.
He does kind of, he kind of scrunches his lips a bit. Horizontally, not vertically. Or whatever. He kind of does like the mouth scrunch a bit and he just kind of nods. Kind of like the, I don't care.
Phew. That's it, she's just relieved.
Okay.
She's
Marissa,
not mad.
Marissa Eberhardt is... She certainly has a way with words. You all wouldn't be the first to fall into any of her ploys, I'm sure. So, don't be too hard on yourselves. You feel him kind of shove you a little bit, Corey.
Just chuckles. I mean, one day I'll throw something heavy at her.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
It might
Do you
even
want
be
to
me.
borrow my bear trap?
No.
Let's put a pin on that one. I like that idea.
I'm going for more humiliation, especially after the elemental dog. She sounded. She sounds so disappointed and done. It was beautiful.
You say dog and Muggs' head kind of pops up.
Not you, love.
The rough?
The boof.
Inspiration for that.
The boof.
I mean, Corey, did you see what that bear trap did to the literal bear in Dry Hollow?
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't want to.
Aura goes, well, I hope so.
her.
It's a bear trap.
Yes, I would hope so as well. That's.
No. Ara, you don't understand. You don't understand. This was amazing. I was in the, oh, what's it called? The giant tree in Dry Hollow. What is it called?
The Umberwood.
Umberwood.
Thank you. I was in the Umberwood because Corvin, what was that, Dimension Door?
Shocker, you were
yes,
in a
it's
tree because of Corvin. Wild.
Yeah.
You know,
and there-
one of my usual hangouts.
It's okay. At least you haven't been shot at by Sarah.
Guys, let Sarah finish.
Ow! And there was a bear at the base of the Umberwood. And I happened to have 2 bear traps on me because I found them at my old cabin. So I took this bear trap out of my backpack and threw it at the fucking bear. And it clamped on its face. The damn thing didn't want to leave. It tried coming back for more. So I just did that little, like, toss thing with the other bear trap in my hand. And it ran. Oh my god, it ran.
So in his hands, Corvin actually will pull up a minor illusion of the events as she's describing it.
She kind of like is nodding at this, and then she's like, "Yeah, I mean, I guess this is one way to use a bear trap, right? Gotta take what you can get."
I think that is my best achievement to date.
It's a solid achievement.
Now that you mention it, first of all, that was pretty solid, Sarah. I'm trying to think what my favorite moment was in our adventures together.
Well, I know it wasn't being shot.
Now hush.
3 times.
I got my revenge for that,
It's
so
3
we're
now?
square right now. Right now,
Also,
specifically.
You hear Reno go, "Oh, so it wasn't just me. Good to know."
No, we've got a tally.
Yeah, Corvin has an actual list, asshole.
A list.
We've made bets on who's turned in his neck.
What?
Yes, it is a
It's a game of chance, you see.
from his jacket pocket, Corvin will kind of ruffle around, pull out this like this mini scroll and just kind of unfurl it. Let's see here. We got about 2-1 odds that the next one is going to be me for some reason. 4-1 on Corey. Raven's somehow in this list, but
You hear
I don't
Raven.
get
that.
You all
She's
see
immortal now.
Raven's head kind of pop up, like, huh?
I don't make the rules.
I'm not allowed in the betting pool anymore.
We're just worried that we're manifesting it happening to you again.
So,
I remember correctly, Sindri was actually the first one I hit.
yeah, he was. But it was special for you and me. Is the first time, and she's just kind of going into story mode. The first time, I was a squirrel, and I was playing hide and seek with Nexus, and you tried to hunt me, which is
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that's
good
fair.
lord.
I remember that. Says Nexus.
The second time was special, though. I was napping in some flowers, and I guess Sarah just saw scales and thought, I'm going to shoot that?
Look, I was tired.
You want us to wear bright clothing when we're in our animal forms?
Like a fucking,
Or-
like, traffic vest?
Yes,
Or
exactly.
Corey, you see Flit just kind of look over to you and just with her hand just kind of like demonstrates the red and blue vibrant scales.
I
don't
was
think that's gonna
tired,
help.
okay?
For a moment, Corey just like flashed it. Her ears like flash pink for a minute. She just looks sheepishly around. Like, I didn't forget.
As this
She's not saying it out loud. Her eyes, she's like, I did not forget that you're vibrant.
As this conversation's going on, you all see Chip walk by the door with like a robe and like a couple like slippers on, holding a mug, and he just goes, "At least she didn't punch you all in the face." Just continues walking.
Where did they get slippers that adorable?
Slowly munching on snack.
You hear him call back, "I had them custom made!"
You do you, King.
Headcanon that it was Genia.
I feel like at the end of this campaign, Chip is just going to like ride off into the sunset with shades and like a Harley Davidson.
Yep. But for now, he's got like the tired dad aesthetic.
Yeah.
So Flit's gonna turn back to Reno. So, admittedly, you weren't on the list, but I think now, I don't know what, guys. You think like 20 to 1?
Was Chip on the list?
Technically speaking, he wasn't, and I had to add him.
I see.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a very failed
Didn't she
sparring
kick him one
session.
time?
Huh?
Didn't someone kick Chip one time?
No, you're thinking of when I punched him.
Oh. Her ears turned pink again.
Flit, a small bag of gold drops into your lap. 50 gold on Corey.
She just gives him the look of utter betrayal. You die soon.
Good luck with that, he says, taking a big old sip of his mug.
Flit
No, she didn't
loudly
say it. She
laughs
was
at
giving
that
him
one.
that look. She just gives him that look.
He says
meant-
it
I didn't-
anyway.
You know, I never did hit Jericho.
Flit's gonna pass the 50 over to the resident bookie, Corbin.
Slips it into his coat as he's writing in Reno right next to Corey's name.
Somewhere Jericho sneezes.
You're right, I got to update the odds on that one.
Corey just facepalm.
We just
Friends.
lost Jake Ross.
Friends, you call yourself friends.
We did lose Jay Frost. I think his
Okay.
internet took a dump.
It's okay.
That's alright. We're gonna continue.
Yeah.
I guess I will... J-Force. God damn it.
The force that be with him.
And you as well.
I guess at this point I will ask, does anybody have any major conversations they are wanting to have? Corey, I know you had a talk you wanted to do.
I also have something I want to do.
Okay. We'll do Corey first, and then we'll circle back to Lily. How's that sound?
Good with me.
As the night continues a bit on, people either begin to start dozing off or begin to start making their way towards their rooms. Corey, you are still in the midst of this cuddle puddle. And you can see Cedric beginning to fade a little bit.
What about Nexus?
Nexus, sort of, but as a child, he's enjoying the whole experience. He is fading, but not as much as his dad. In fact, there's almost like this, like, sort of like father, like son kind of aesthetic going on between the two of them.
Yeah. Who's closer?
They're practically the same distance, because all four of you are in the cuddle puddle.
I mean, like, are we up against a wall? Are we like...
I've been picturing it as, you guys are kind of, like, off in, like, one of the corners, and, like, Cedric's, like, in the corner itself. You and Diana are next to him, and Nexus is in, like, the lap. Like, just probably in your lap, so that way he's equal distance between his dad and Diana.
Oh, okay, so she's in the middle?
Yeah, you're in the middle of this whole thing.
Okay.
Your favorite place to be.
Shut up! She's going to straighten the blankets around the two.
Mm-hmm.
Trying her best not to wake them up. Or at least, like, not make sudden movements. That way, they kind of, like, just, like, drift in and out of, like, the peripheral, hopefully.
Yeah.
And she'll lay him gently against the... If she can't, like... wait, hold on. Would it be inside or perception to see if he's, like, actually asleep? Like, is he in the middle, or is he, like, leaning against the corner already?
That's a good question. What do you think, fellow DMs? I'm thinking insight.
I'm sorry, what's going on?
What would the proper skill check be to determine if somebody's asleep? And not, like, faking it.
I would say investigation.
I was thinking insight or investigation.
I was thinking medicine, honestly, but investigation is a good one too.
I'm gonna say investigation.
Well, not like faking it is what I meant. I meant like...
Well, still, to determine if he's asleep, I would still say it's investigation.
Nat 20!
He seems to be genuinely fading.
Okay, if he's not already up against the corner, she's just gonna do her best to kind of, like, lean, like, gently, trying to, like, direct his weight over in that direction.
Stealth check. With advantage because he is asleep.
Okay, 14 for the first one. 18 for the second one. Interesting.
18. You're able to kind of prop him up a bit more in the corner without any real issue.
Hmm. You said Nexus didn't look asleep, right?
Yeah, I should clarify. Cedric is kind of in, like, that half state where, like, he could go either way. He could wake up or he could go to sleep. But as you kind of, like, do the thing you do, he seems to fade more into the, like, lean more into that category of him, like, properly going to sleep.
Yeah.
Nexus is doing that thing where, like, he's kind of got, like, the dreary eyes. Like, they're they're almost, like, half open. I hope I'm making sense with what I'm describing.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's gonna look down and try and say it softly. So, like, even if he hears her, that, like, it's not like a jarring, like, loud saying in his ear. You know you're free to do whatever you want, right? I really hope so. Whatever God blessed you, I don't want to say. Hold on, but it. Are they tied to it?
What do you
That
mean?
god once they've blessed them?
Not necessarily. It's definitely not uncommon for clerics or paladins to change the god at any point. Or completely, like, stave off from a religious sort of, I guess, background entirely.
I get you. Okay, so continue that thought. You don't have to choose to pray to any one god. And you can still wear the symbol anyway, because it was close to your mom. And that way you can keep her close more in the literal sense.
Going to make a roll really quick. Okay. You see him kind of softly shake his head. Yes. He doesn't say anything, but he just kind of softly nods his head.
She's gonna give him a soft squeeze and a hug.
Mm-hmm.
And move him to lean over onto his dad.
Okay.
And be sure and tuck him in extra snug.
Yes. Diana over on the side of you kind of watches you do that and is just kind of sitting there quietly letting you do that. They're so tired. They're so tired.
Today's been eventful, if I had to say.
Yeah. Yeah, it has. What about you? Are you okay?
I'm just really happy to have almost everyone I care about, honestly, in my life around me. The only people I'm missing are the people back home.
She
It's
kind
just
of
very, and she looks up like really worried, like, sorry, that sounded more sad than I meant. I meant more. It's almost everyone. I'm very lucky.
She leans a bit closer into you and goes, "You'll see them again soon. You have to."
Exactly.
Taneri
would cross the oceans to find me.
Yep. And almost at that
Taneri.
almost at that moment, you hear a voice ring in the back of your head, going, "You left? You didn't even say bye?"
Can she respond at all?
Absolutely.
Speak of the devil. The devils, oh god. I figured you were off with Mr. Senor Perfecto.
Your friends came back without you, and you didn't say bye. I have never felt so betrayed. To my learning, you left yesterday.
A lot has happened recently. It's been a long day. It's been a long day, Taneri.
There's like a long silence. Better come back, nerd.
Taneri, god damn it, I keep forgetting.
I am so mad at you, but I love you, bitch.
Corey just smiles, just like a very tired, like, ah. I love you too.
Diana looks at you and goes, "Everything good?"
Yes, my friend is just a dork.
Well, I mean, it takes one to know one, right? Oh, got you.
I'll remember that next time I have to drag you out of your office to eat something.
I'll remember that the next time I have to put you in the sink as a snake. She says,
I'm
giving
sorry,
you
you had
like
to do what?
a come at me sort of look, like try me, bitch.
You had to do what?
That sounds like an interesting story.
Don't. She just looks over from Diana to everyone. Is like, don't worry about it.
Oh no! It's already out there. Story needs to be told.
She glances over at she's just sighed, like drawing, like her rubbing her hands against like her eyebrows, just like, oh god.
Looking at Diana.
And she looks over at Nexus and Cedric. Sorry.
Diana's got the smug look on her face. She seems to be debating. I want.
Wait, are those two asleep though?
Yes, they are asleep. I am going to say, Corey, give me a charisma check. A charisma save.
Oh, good god.
Actually, no. I'll
Oh,
call it a
good
persuasion check.
That's still shit.
Can
I'd rather
I
take
do
the
counter?
charisma save.
Can I do counter?
I'm gonna see what Corey rolls first. No.
Wait, can I do the charisma save? Because that one has better stat for me.
Fine. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Doesn't matter anyway, it's a 4.
She looks at you and she goes, "Sorry, love." Corey,
Oh.
this morning, turned into a snake and started bratting at me.
Oh, did someone have a hissy fit?
God damn it, Joe!
I would give
I had
you
to
inspiration for it, but it's
was
not your joke.
I know, I had to say it for Haza.
Exactly.
I was going to do it too.
Love you, Haja.
Haza, if you're listening, you get inspiration, my man.
Hell yeah.
Yay!
And so I put her in the sink. She didn't like that. She continued to brat at me. There's not much of a story to that. She turned into a snake and started throwing a tantrum. And so I put her in the sink.
All I did was just express that I was very tired today and wanted nothing more than to do this, like gesturing down at the cuddle puddle, like, this is all I wanted all day.
I'm just glad the castle staff was so kind as to clean my bedroom, because I went in there earlier today and it smelled of Hucky Larms. I couldn't think of something, so I went off with legally distinct Lucky Charms.
Ah, yes, the satyr mascot that they have is iconic.
Yes.
It somehow smelled like rainbows. I don't know how rainbows smell, but it was definitely that.
Yeah. It smelled of sweets and sunshine.
With a very smug look, Corbin's just gonna look towards Corey. You know that warning I gave you? That was for Diana.
Why didn't you send it to Diana then?
Well, I was hoping that you would, yeah. Words,
Yeah,
I swear to God.
you didn't think that one through, did you, genius?
As Joe, yes. As Corbin.
No, I was more making fun of Corbin. I'm sorry.
That was a Joe fuck up because stutters. But oh well. No, Corbin was like, well, I was hoping that you would actually take the warning and actually think about the long term. But you had fun.
I had fun. I think I was shiny.
Oh, like a brilliant metallic ball.
I guess. Yeah, the light would bounce off in a very similar way. Yeah, you're right.
Did have to get my sister to stop dancing on top of you. That was weird.
Her eyes just kind of... Her mouth just kind of drops. She just looks and like, you what?
Well, yeah, it's like, seriously, I don't know why she defaulted to twerking. It's so unclassy.
I don't know what that movement is, but I'm...
Don't worry about it.
I will take you up on that.
As you guys are having this conversation, there's a moment of silence, and then you all hear as Cedric kind of like shoots awake. I apologize, I seem to have tripped it off. And then he kind of looks at Nexus down by his side, who is still like fast asleep. He kind of smiles and like brushes his hair. Perhaps it's time that I retire for the night, as well as this one.
It was good to
Did
have
I-
you.
Did I not explain the cuddle puddle to you very well? That's fine.
I'm sorry, this is unfortunately my very first cuddle puddle. I am unfamiliar with its laws and practices.
No, it's no. I just kind of like pull back. It's like, oh no.
Regardless, I enjoyed this time that we all spent together. I'm going to at least go put this one to bed.
We enjoyed having you.
I was happy to be here. And he stands, he picks up his boy, he kind of looks around at all of you. Thank you all for bringing me on these festivities. This was much needed.
Told you so.
You feel him just kind of
She gives it like she sticks her tongue out just barely, like a little blip.
You feel him shove your foot with his foot.
Did
Bid you all a good night. Don't stay up too late. Tomorrow, we get back to business. And
Yes, sir.
he walks out of the room with the child in tow. Diana kind of leans in a bit further into you, Corey, kind of like putting her head on on your shoulder, and kind of gives you a smile, kind of watching Cedric and Nexus leave. I guess I
What
will.
you thinking about? Sorry, I didn't know if you were pausing or not.
No, I wasn't sure if anybody had anything else. We will continue on that thought. I'm thinking we did a good thing today. Something that he desperately needed.
Gods, yes. We all needed it, but especially those two. Yeah.
Yeah. Nexus can cast magic, she says, like shaking you somewhat.
Yes! Corey just shakes her back. Great!
I'm so fucking
I'm so
excited.
goddamn proud of him.
You see her like, kind of like become flustered for a moment, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
To get him an apprenticeship. No, we just sit in the moment. It's okay.
Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment.
Stay here.
I'm definitely not already planning a regime for him to train under and think of all the best tutors. I'm not. I promise.
You can.
But I'm not.
No, you can though.
But I'm not.
That's the beauty of it. You can. Just we're not going to shove it onto him. Remember. At least I hope Cedric is okay with it. He is free to choose, change his gods at any point.
He seemed
But do you
okay
think-
with it, right?
He did. I just want to make sure he knows that it's not uncommon, so if he does in the future, he won't, worry, I guess.
You see her kind of like slump backwards against the wall. Kids, right?
So scary.
Kids and old men.
Our kid and old man.
Yeah.
I'm really glad we could make him smile, though. I was really worried he hadn't had much practice in a while.
Yeah. Agreed. And you both hear Theon kind of chuckling in the corner.
Is he gonna say anything?
No, he doesn't say anything. He's just kind of chuckling to himself.
As is Corvin, honestly.
He chuckles and then he stands. I bid you all a good night. I should retire as well.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. You all are quite pleasant to be around. I hope you know that. This castle is all the better for it.
Aw, thank you.
Aww.
He does a soft bow and he walks out. At this point, does anybody have any other conversations they're dying to have before we end the night?
I mean, I had something I wanted to do.
Absolutely. That's right! I never circled back around to you! I'm so sorry! You didn't say anything!
Give Lily.
Lily, what was it you would like to do?
Well, he's already gone to bed, so Lily.
You
is
should have
going to-
stopped me!
It's well. She also wanted to do it far enough away so Genia wouldn't hear. So.
You can always chase him down.
But she doesn't want to leave Genia with everyone. She's not gonna do that. And I was thinking
Do it,
of
pussy!
maybe swinging by the kitchen and turning in my favor for a midnight snack.
Do it! Do it, coward! Do both those things! You have legs, you can do it!
You know my walking speed's my speed is 30, right?
You're a fighter!
Hold on. Can I assist with the throw?
No, we are not throwing me down the hallway.
Freaking Lily whizzes right past Cedric to have a heart-to-heart conversation.
You chase that man down and you do it now!
Cedric, I need to talk to you.
So she was just kind of, I guess, caught up in the moment. She's gonna, kind of sit up. Shit, wait! She, looks up at, Genia and kisses her. Give me 2 seconds. I will be right back.
She kind of says nothing as you kind of zoom out of the room. Then the rest of you hear, okay, bye.
So Lily is going to, chase after, Cedric, because I need to speak with him.
As you chase down Cedric, you stop just at the turn in the hallway to see him and Theon actually stopped in a small intersection, and they're whispering to each other. Do you approach or do you hang back?
Lily will... I don't want to interrupt a conversation.
Make me an insight check.
I'm not the greatest at insight.
That's okay. That is less
4.
okay. You were unsure as to
It's a 4, by the way.
Yes. You were unsure as to the... What's the word I'm looking for?
Nature?
Nature of this conversation. The only thing you can think of is, why are they whispering? And that's it.
She's still gonna hang far enough back that she's not listening, that, she's not gonna eavesdrop.
But you're not, like, hiding yourself from them?
No, I'm not hiding myself.
Okay.
What she's gonna try to do is clear her throat loud enough to not, I don't know if, not, like, extremely loud, but...
Sound like she's being casual, just walking up like, oh, a heads up. A casual heads up.
Hello,
Yeah.
yes, I am here too.
Yes.
Okay. You do that, and you both see they kind of stop short, and Theon kind of looks back to you, and then turns back to Cedric and says something under his breath. And then he turns and he leaves, leaving Cedric there, and Cedric kind of approaches you. Yes, Lily, what can I assist you with?
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
It's all right.
Kind of got a little spaced out there. I actually had a question for you.
Sure.
I was wondering, and, like, he could probably see the fact her face is now turning pink because she hates asking anything of anyone. I wanted to see if there was maybe an opening at the castle for an apprentice seamstress or of that nature. And you can see her fidgeting.
As you're kind of fumbling through this train of thought, he smiles, and he, with Nexus still asleep in one arm, he kind of puts his hand on your shoulder. I'll ask around.
She nods, and she, of course she knows that needs to get a small child to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And I'm glad that I can be of help, too.
He doesn't say anything, he just politely nods, does that, slight, nod, bow sort of thing.
Mm.
You have a good night,
The
Captain
royal-
Timbers.
Real nod.
Yes, sir. You can see her face is still pink, and that comment, she took it differently, but... and you could visibly see her face probably went more red.
Yeah.
Like, almost as pink as her hair is at this point.
Yeah. But at that, he turns and he continues walking towards Nexus's room.
She takes a kind of a deep breath, and she'll make a small detour to see if, to go to the kitchen.
Okay. You make your way into the kitchen, and while most of the staff seems to have gone home for the night, there seems to be 2 individuals still left over. An older individual, looks like an older human woman, maybe about mid-50s, kind of like that sort of scraggly white hair, almost got like I should say grandmother vibe to her, but that older lady aesthetic, almost like
a mature aunt.
Yeah, in a way, almost like those older teachers.
I think of the vibes like Aunt Hilda from Sabrina.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
And it's her and another much younger female girl, looks maybe about 18. And they both seem to be making something, and the older woman seems to be more specifically guiding the younger one. As you enter, the older woman almost seems like at surprise to see somebody enter and goes, yes, can we assist you? Apologies. We're just about done here. Kind of like nudging the girl next to her.
No, don't rush for me. I actually, I helped out this morning, cleaning up after breakfast.
Oh, yes! You were the lovely gnomish woman who helped to clean up all of our dishes. Thank you so much for that. That was such a big help.
She kind of smiles softly. Yeah, I'm more than happy to help out. I actually was seeing if I could redeem that favor. And also, Tart, above game, presumably Lily does have, like, her own room here.
Yes.
Okay.
Apologies, I'm just changing the music really quick.
Lily's cheeks are still just slightly pink.
I'm sure we could do something. What did you have in mind? It's a bit late, so we can't do anything exquisite, but...
She kind of shifts her weight and tries to stand up a little straighter. You know, she's like all embarrassed.
Put up that extra 1/4 of an inch.
Yeah. What about something romantic?
Romantic? And you see she begins, like, thinking for a minute. For a moment. I could probably whip up something together real quick. It will be a little bit as, you know, we put up most of our stuff for the night, but I could probably make something really quick if you want.
She nods. That wouldn't be a problem. You don't need to do anything too fancy.
Oh, that's good, because we don't have too much stuff out to make anything fancy, but we'll have something up to you in a little bit.
She nods and she kind of bows gracefully. Like, you know what? I will roll for it, but I mean, I am military, so I would know how to do that.
I would say there's no roll needed necessary.
She, you know, bows really gracefully. I really appreciate it.
We appreciate the work you did for us earlier today.
She nods and she kind of turns to walk out and kind of looks back and is just like, we appreciate everything that you do. And she just kind of goes on her way.
As you're leaving, you hear the older woman kind of turn to the younger one and goes, all right, this is your chance. Let's do it, yeah? Okay, Mom.
Oh, that's precious. And I guess Lily will head back to retrieve Genia.
Okay. You enter back in the room. Is everyone still hanging out in the room, or have people begun to retire for the night?
At one point, yeah, Corbin would definitely kind of unsure whether they're going to their room because it's cold outside or they're going back to the ship. But yeah, they would retire.
I'll make a roll for that, actually. Okay. Ara would suggest staying here for the night, wanting to see your fancy digs and not wanting to walk back in the snow.
He will kind of say, "Yeah, I'll show you around. Also, introduce you to a bed that doesn't have a rickety headboard."
Finally.
Wait, were they still in the room?
Were you still in the
Yes.
room?
Yes.
There's no way Cora didn't hear that. Her cheeks just start turning really pink.
He'll look back and go, "What? I can barely turn it in that bed without it slamming up against the wall."
She just tries her best not to squeak.
Diana looks at you. Corvin just goes, "You're a menace."
Oh.
She wasn't even looking at him. She just sat there just like...
Oh. That wasn't even dirty. Like, seriously, I can't even turn in that bed. At least I have I got a good reputation with the men.
You watch as he says that he's yanked like out of frame by Ara. Good night, Corvin, calls Diana.
A strange, arm just like appears from around the corner and just like starts waving as it's getting dragged back.
Yep. What about the rest of you? Has anybody else retired for the night?
I imagine that Flit is currently managing Rocky and Muggsy, and probably at this point a rather regretful Toshi. I'm gonna see if she's taking them to bed. Actually, I'll do a roll.
Okay.
Yeah, she's taking them to bed.
Reno is right there, kind of trying to help you to the best of his ability. Can I walk you to your room?
Thank you. Sure. I'd like that.
You watch as he leans down and he picks up Muggsy in like this almost like uncomfortable, like big baby sort of thing.
Flit does her best to stifle a laugh.
Look, strength is not my strong suit. Nor is dogs.
Flit, just kind of picks up Rocky at the same time.
They're not big dogs, but they're definitely dense.
Yeah. Let's go find a nice place for them to spend the night.
Yep. Ravon, Sarah, what about you guys?
Sarah would probably head to bed.
You have to do the thing where Raven's like asleep and you have to wake her up and she's like, "No."
Dude, that is a thing I do every damn night because I have a mastiff that likes to lay in the center of my bed.
My dog will do that sometimes too, just like, "No, I don't want to go." And you're like, "It's time to go outside." And
Harley
they're like,
does that.
"No."
Harley does that.
Pongo stares at me like, what? This is my bed.
I can't say anything. Thor is a very energetic dog. He'll get right up.
What about you, Ravon? Have you gone to bed yet?
No, Vaughn's just chilling.
So, Lily, you come back and it's Diana, Corey, Rovan, and Genia still left. You could probably see some of the others kind of filing out as you're coming back.
She kind of walks back in.
Oh, and Kieran, apologies.
Kind of looks at everyone. Could Lily easily whisper in Genia's ear?
If you don't want other people to hear, I will make a stealth check. Or I guess more specifically, if people want to try to listen in, it will be a perception check versus a stealth check.
She wants to attempt to whisper something in her ear.
Okay. What do you whisper in her ear?
Besides sweet nothings.
Careless whispers.
Kind
Kind
of breathlessly from walking back from the kitchen and everything, she kind of whispers, "Stay with me tonight."
Aww.
And she pauses and then continues and says, "I got a surprise for you." And you can see her face is visibly, like, you could tell she's blushing.
She looks at you and goes, "I like surprises." With the look, you know the look. Genia's given you the look a number of times.
She smirks and kind of looks back at everyone and does like that like 2-finger salute, and is like, "I'm going to my room."
Yep.
Corey just
Time
waves.
to go to the room and go to sleep, says
Corey
Genia.
just waves with a rapidly pinkening face.
And Lily will kind of grab Genia's hand and lead her away.
Okay. Come back to that in a minute. It's now down to Kieran, Rovan, Corey, and Diana. Diana turns to you, Corey, and goes, "So, it seems that everyone's going to bed now. And all I'm saying is that I've missed you." And she's like kind of like fiddling with your hand. "And well, yesterday you were throwing up a lot, but now you don't seem to be." Then she stands up.
Her legs start bouncing like a little little fast. And like, trying not to accidentally fidgeting. Fuck.
And then she stands up, and she just
It
kind of
seems the cuddle puddle must dissolve for tonight.
Yes, she kind of like offers you her hand to help you stand.
Yee.
She pulls you up, and she quietly, as she like pulls you up, kind of whispers in your ear, "And the room's clean now."
They really were too nice to us.
Too nice to you,
We'll have to
maybe.
get them something. I'll have to get them something then.
They were nice to you. I won't be. And then she pulls you.
Oh ho.
And then, left alone, is Kieran and Rovan. Kieran kind of looks up at you, Rovan. Man, I'm glad to see that this group hasn't changed, and... Man, actually, I guess I haven't been separated from you guys all that long. It's felt like weeks.
It's only been like
A few
a
days,
few
maybe?
days.
Yeah.
Yes, it's only
Wild.
been a few days.
It's weird how time works like that.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
Psst.
Yes.
It actually was a few weeks because of the boat trip.
That is true. It actually has been a couple of weeks thinking about it. I forgot about the boat trip.
Oh,
Regardless, it feels like it's been much longer than it has been.
the passage of time is weird.
Ravon, you feel right here kind of like climb up your arm and like around your shoulder, kind of like a scarf. Kind of like how Frostbite does with Lily. And there's like a weird like tingling on your back, almost kind of like static electricity that should feel weird, but honestly feels somewhat comforting.
It tickles.
Kieran
like-
kind of smiles at you. It's good to see that you two are getting along.
Yeah. I have many ideas for adventure. And I'm glad to have a friend.
You guys are gonna do great things.
I can only hope. And as Ravon kind of just says that, his smile kind of it just starts to fade. Especially considering with what we are preparing for.
Her smile kind of fades as well. Yeah, I've only got some of the details of what you guys are going through, but I know it's a lot. And while I don't know if I can do all that much to help in my current state, I'm still willing to if you guys need anything. If I can help in any way. I'm now here. I am unsure as to when I'm going home now. So, if you guys need help, I can try to do something. I was offered a room here at least for a short amount of time, which was kind of them.
The Here Guard are some of the most charitable people I've ever met. It is an offer that I would seriously recommend taking for as long as you can. Besides, I might need to call upon your expertise later on. You deal with things that are, well, of an area of knowledge that I am sorely lacking in.
She kind of nods. Well, now, unlike when I first met you guys, I now have the ability to communicate over long distances, so I'll make sure to check in from time to time to see how you and Raikiri are doing.
Are you holding up?
You're asking Raikiri? Or are
Well,
you asking Kieran?
Kieran, but I could go both.
Kieran
Kind of cross eyes.
Kieran looks at you. I'm okay. Confused a little bit. Definitely wasn't expecting to, a single day go across the world. But I'm good. I'm good. I think. I don't know, things have been kind of hectic, haven't they?
They have. They really have. Nothing too troubling. No spectral problems.
No, I don't think so. If you want to make an insight check, you can.
I would like to make an insight check.
Go for it.
I just said inside check, not
Inside,
fuck.
an inside check.
I'd like to make a check inside. Yeet. Damn, wait a minute.
Give me 1 second. Hello, Kieran. You check something. Okay. Okay. Ravon,
Yes.
as she rolled lower than you, she is not lying, but she is hiding something. She isn't. No, that's just it. She's not lying. She's hiding something. In regards to that question.
Ravon takes a deep breath and just goes, alright, spit it out.
I don't know. I don't want to thrust more on you guys than you've already got going on, but it's probably important, you know?
Then speak. If it's important, it must be heard.
She kind of pauses and she thinks for a few seconds. I think Sarah is haunted. Or being haunted.
Really?
I know how that would sound from a normal person, but you and I both know what I'm capable of.
Yes, it has literally saved our lives.
And the worst part is that it doesn't seem to be just one. But at the same time, it does.
More than one, but not more than one.
It's hard to describe. It's almost
What?
like two spirits encompassing each other. Almost like a symbiotic relationship like you and Raikiri have. Two spirits, but two souls, but one being. It's odd. I don't know if it's dangerous. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Kieran.
Yeah.
What I am about to discuss with you does not leave this chamber.
Okay.
Your knowledge upon the dead, the spirits, and those affiliated and tied to it. This might be something that could change things. What are you familiar with when it comes to liches?
You see her eyes kind of go wide. Well, I know that liches make my job extremely difficult. Or would. I've never met a lich. But I know that they still do.
What about an archlich?
That sounds like something that I wish didn't exist.
Neither do I. However, it's a dual-edged blade, this information. During one of our missions, our most recent one, before the welcoming party for the city, we were sent to retrieve and rescue a friend. and to prevent the resurrection of an Archlich. However, we have succeeded. We initially prevented it and rescued a friend, but one of the servants of the darker forces was Sarah's uncle. He offered himself willingly as a sacrifice. And from his sacrifice, the Lich was brought forward. Though it did not last very long because, well, how do I put this? Big fish in small pond get tossed out of big pond and into great ocean, where much bigger fish came and ate them. Do you follow?
I think so.
They died, and it was death. Is it possible that the spirit of Weston and this Lich, because they were one entity at one point, if only for a brief time, could that be what is haunting her?
You see, she thinks for a few moments. Based on what you told me, it seems they aren't fighting for control, but it seems that one is trying to... And you can see she pauses for a moment and kind of thinks again. One of them seems to be protecting her, while the other seems to... It seems like it's attempting to damn her. It's a strange... It's almost like a split personality. And based on what you've told me, it seems like it's likely that she's being haunted by the spirit of her uncle and the spirit of this Archlich, like you've said. And if that's the case, I think it's only going to be a matter of time before things get bad.
Get what? You cut out.
Get bad. Sorry. I'm going to keep an eye on her. If things don't improve, we may need to do an exorcism. Which, with a being that strong, is likely going to be tolling. It's going to take a toll on her body. I'm going to keep an eye on her, and I'm going to do the correct preparations. But it seems like what we're likely going to need to do. Hopefully sooner rather than later.
See.
And you can see she keeps seeming to like weigh the sort of circumstances and the information that you've told her, and she eventually kind of speaks up. Yeah, if there is the possibility that an Archlich is haunting her, even if it's being held back by the spirit of her uncle, that is still a lot of power and what is likely a very malicious spirit, and we should get rid of that.
Fully concur.
I don't know if I can make them pass on. I don't have enough information yet, but if nothing else, we need to remove them from her person.
We'll start you off with at least a name. Zygmotis is the spirit's name.
Okay. Tomorrow.
However,
However,
I do not wish to take chances, Kirin. Whatever you need, ask of it, and it will be given. But I wish to be advised on what is the correct path. Should we keep this secret from Sarah? Should we maintain an act of normalcy so the spirit does not become more wrathful?
if it's as strong as I think it is, addressing it in front of her in the spirit's presence is only going to bring bad things. We need to keep this a secret for now. I am going to stay here, I guess, a bit longer, and I'm going to start talking with Theon. I'm going to see if he can help me get whatever information I need, and then hopefully things won't get too bad before we're able to perform the exorcism. You can see Rovan, as she's kind of speaking, she's kind of fiddling with her fingers. Fiddling with her hands.
If something is troubling you, Kiran, please speak now. I do not like people holding such information. Even right now, I feel the disgust of having to hold this information away from Sarah.
I'm not holding anything. I guess I'm just nervous. I truthfully am currently unsure if my current level power is going to be enough to remove such a potentially powerful spirit. That is why I'm going to need to speak with Theon.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Ravon reaches into his cloak and he pulls out his familial crest. Not the brooch, but just the sigil. If you are in need of any extra resources, whether they be of the clerical or paladinistic, call upon my family. My Baba. My mother. Is any person I could trust be her.
She kind of nods her head. Okay, I'll do just that. First, I need to really understand what I'm working against, so yeah, I'm gonna talk with Theon tomorrow. We're gonna start trying to figure this out.
Understandable. In the meantime, I just starts to get up. Be on your guard. I've never really dealt with spirits of this kind. Normally, the monsters I deal with have physical form.
Okay. Ravon, as you begin to leave the room, she stops you once more. Ravon? You should know that it's a dark aura. If I can't stop the spirit, it might try to take over her body. And there's only so much I can do against that. You need to prepare to do what needs to be done if I fail.
See. Let's hope it does not come to that decision.
Let's hope. She...
Good night, Kieran.
Sorry?
Oh, good night, Kieran.
Good night, Ravon. As you both separate in the room that you guys had all been sharing is now finally cleared out. We're gonna take a break.
Oh dear!
Oh boy!
That was a doozy.
We're about
Poor
to play.
Sarah.
We're about to play Phasmophobia Extreme Edition.
That's even better considering the message that I sent Sarah.
It kind of reminds me more of a Hunt Showdown.
Oh,
I think of
Exercising.
his, the scene
For
from The
context?
Exorcism, having to hold Sarah down now.
Yeah.
For context, because I'm fairly certain I could share this now.
Yeah, feel free to read them the message that I sent you.
When Tart said he was going to message me, he said, "She's not looking at you. She seems to be looking past you, but her eyes are on something."
Oh shit.
oh boy! Oh boy!
Your
oh,
ass
look
is
at
haunted!
here.
But on that note, we're gonna take a break.
Notice, are you in the house?
I will be right back.
Yes.
And I mean, I'll be out of the call. I will be right back.
No worries. I
By all
am
means.
going to take a quick bio break. I'm gonna get water. I'm gonna use the bathroom. But first, I have to thank Haza! Stilmky Haza for the raid of 7, right as we were starting. Thank you. Wishing punks a happy birthday. Yeah, thank you all so much for being here. But I'm gonna take a quick bio break. I will be right back.
Damn it, he didn't leave us with the jamming music.
Shit, you're right. I'll put on music real quick.
Do 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 do. Do, do,
I'm sorry, I
do.
think I kept Tart for a minute.
Oh shit! This slaps.
And back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, during the game, one of my friends texted me and said, "Hey, can you look at this thing for me? It's something I think you need, but I need your confirmation, so I had to dip out and double check it.
Good.
It's a little. I'm glad that we've got the jaunty tune, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, we
Tom.
are on a bio break. I mean, I do wish someone had I'm sorry.
You're good, you're good.
you got nothing to apologize for.
So how's everybody doing?
No one has anything to apologize for. This has been such good shit.
Yes.
My dumbass was worried that I didn't have enough content written up for tonight.
Yo, you
Well,
getting into some good shit.
Yeah.
I did not need to worry about that at all because y'all filled the gaps for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
There,
yeah.
at the very least, in my case, there had to be at least some true to form in making Corey blush.
Shut the fuck up.
Children.
It's funny.
I hope you all have been enjoying the session tonight.
I have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Night's not even over yet. I still gotta do Lily's scene and another thing.
Boy.
2 other things, in fact.
Whoa.
I'm glad Lily's getting a nice scene.
Yes.
We've been.
Her
I know
cute-
you
her
started.
cute gay shit.
Yeah.
So fucking cute.
Stop.
I wanted to give you a little time in the spotlight because it's true.
Yeah.
We kind of been running. We didn't have a lot of time to sit down and get to know Lily.
Lily just came to stab shit. I mean, you also gotta think Lily was. I don't want to say she was like a top scout, but she'd been doing this for a while.
She was a professional. An expert in her craft.
A brilliant scientist.
Brilliant.
Actually, Lily is pretty fucking stealthy, though.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Alright, quick roll call. CG.
Nom.
J Flost. No J Flost yet. Joe.
Bleh.
Punkles. No Punkles yet. Weevu. And Sarah.
Hello.
Alright, so we're waiting on Punkles to J Flost.
Alright, what's next?
Well, there's one of them.
Yo, these honey habanero kettle cooked Lay's chips are pretty dope.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but they're absolutely not habanero flavored.
Excuse me, now that is my foot.
It's basically how to put it, spicy Louisiana barbecue.
Interesting.
I ate a whole pint of ice cream.
Oh god, that sounds amazing right now.
That sounds like
Sea
a good
salt
Yeah.
caramel espresso ice cream.
Yum. I want ice cream. Bad.
I have pretzel Pop-Tarts.
Ooh.
Yo, those are good though.
Mm-hmm.
Like pretzel flavor Pop-Tarts? Or are they like... Hold on.
It's like pretzel flavored Pop-Tarts, yeah.
I actually, so I have to buy their knockoff brand of Pop Tarts right now because Kellogg's.
Hey yo, Fuck Kellogg's.
Name brands are expensive, yes.
No,
like-
Kellogg's is shitty.
Oh. I did not know this. I will be wary.
Yo, they got chocolate and cinnamon sugar pretzel Pop-Tarts? Yo.
Why is
The best
cinnamon?
thing- Go ahead.
Why is cinnamon like the best seasoning for breakfast? Yet if you have it in like a Red Hot or something, it's like, oh, this is way too powerful.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's like as a spice, it's all right, but like concentrated, it's like fire in your mouth.
Maybe.
Best flavor of Pop-Tart. Let's go.
Wildberry.
Brown sugar cinnamon.
None.
I've got a
S'mores.
tie between cherry and brown sugar cinnamon.
Garage Punk.
Hey.
Wow.
My favorite is just the blueberry.
That is good. I haven't had that one too often. I need to get that next
The
time.
classic Pop-Tart flavors are some of the best.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
blueberry, strawberry, brown sugar, cinnamon, and cherry.
I have an appreciation for the new Pop Tarts that are like built off the idea that they can be hot or cold.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I grew
Yeah,
up
but
loving the
something-
cookies and cream ones.
Oh man, I
Yes.
loved those, and then they became too sweet and started to hurt my teeth.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh.
mood.
I have sensitive teeth.
Well, I'll tell you what. Just send them to me. I'll eat them for you.
Same. Smile.
Y'all would eat my whole fridge.
True. Facts.
I mean, to be fair, didn't Tart and Punk kind of do that anyway last time they were there?
Yeah, they
True.
did. No, I had a candy bowl. This whole fucking bowl was almost gone in 2 days.
Hi. That was me.
I'm
mostly.
sorry. I have a problem.
No,
I
it's
have a
fine.
real bad sweet tooth. I'm sorry.
Punk and I have a problem of you put candy out in the open and we say, ooh.
No, it's honestly, River. It's fine.
skinny.
Back in Ohio, we had like what 4 tubs of like 4 things of like cookies. Those were gone within like 2 days.
We had
4 things
like
of cookies,
we
2
had
things of ice cream.
Yes,
we had a number of boxes of donuts too that also were gone
Yes.
fairly quickly.
we had to buy more like on day 2.
Yeah.
Okay, hear me out, hear me out. For the next one, we need to find a local cheesecake factory and get a whole cheesecake.
Yes.
Can I come?
Okay.
to the
Yes.
next one?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Cheesecake.
All right. Everybody's back. We're gonna continue. Let me find some music. Let's see. Let's go with this one.
I'll say this. Good luck fighting
No.
My wife.
that's too dramatic.
for the cheesecake.
This one. How's it sound?
I will also fight for cheesecake.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm just gonna buy my own and then chip in towards the group.
Smart idea.
Very
Yes.
smart.
Personal sized cheesecakes.
Lily, where do you take Genia?
Well, instinctively, probably the long way back to her room.
Okay.
I don't know what constitutes as the long way.
You pretty much. Here, I've got a little bit to help. You give her a small tour of some of the open areas of the castle, some of the places you wouldn't really be disturbing anyone by going to at night. You spend it by the two of you end up spending about, we'll call it 20 to 30 minutes kind of just wandering, kind of talking, almost like getting lost in the halls and kind of just being embraced by, I would say, the darkness, but a lot of the halls are lit. But you do go into some areas where the lights have been like turned out, and there's like an odd like peacefulness to it. But eventually you two do find your way back to your room. Genia kind of comes up to you. So you had a surprise for me?
Would I know if, like, would I have any way of knowing if it's already gotten there, or if or if they haven't made it up that way yet?
You don't know. You also didn't tell them whether or not to bring it to your room or to where the group was.
I presumed with, like, the time of night it was that I would be heading toward my room. But then again,
Make a flat wisdom check.
wisdom is not my great.
I'll argue intelligence if you were to do that.
They're the same.
Okay, well.
12.
You figure it's either in your room or you may have to go get it.
Okay. Well then she's gonna kind of open open the door and kind of let her in her room.
As you open the door, you see that there on the bed is a small package. Like almost like a small one of those like small paper boxes that they put like goods in, like baked goods in.
Okay,
It is sitting on the bed.
Lily would, like, before, like, going to it, would kind of, like, pull Genia in the room and shut the door behind her, and, would there be candles she could light in the room?
There would be.
Lily would definitely, go around and light the candles in the room. And can, I guess, kind of guide Genia toward, getting comfy.
Yes, absolutely. As you're doing this, Genia is kind of looking around the room and it's like, you live here. And yet we have been staying in my 1-bedroom apartment?
Lily's gonna kind of look around sheepishly. I mean, I like your apartment. It's cozier.
She kind of shrugs. Yeah, I guess so. Doesn't mean we can't have a night out, though. She says, kind of winking at you.
She, blushes. And Lily will, like, kind of get herself situated, taking off, like, her armor and stuff, and make her way to this package and open it.
Inside, there is a gorgeous red velvet and chocolate cupcake. Like a big cupcake. It's like the size of like almost a muffin. And inside there are strawberries as well. A couple like chocolate covered strawberries. About 4 of them.
Lily kind of smiles, and
somewhere off in
I
the
need
distance
help.
you can hear a very proud mother.
I definitely need to help out the kitchen staff more.
On top of the chocolate icing, there is like a... You're not sure what it is. It's probably like edible glitter, as there is a definite like shine to the top of it, as if it almost seems like there are like flakes of gold on top of it.
I figured that, like, her room is, like, a decent size, you know, she has a decent sized bed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she'll probably, like, hop up on the bed and pat for Genia to come sit with her.
She would come over and sit down. I take it this little box is the surprise? You're being awfully cryptic, more so than usual.
She grins and, nods. I have a favor from the kitchen staff for helping out.
A favor? Ooh, you know people.
She laughs, like a genuine laugh. No, I just wanted to help out. I mean, you saw Rovan. He can put away quite a bit of food.
Yeah, that's pretty typical for, you know, Goliaths. We can usually pack away a good amount. You should see my dad when he's hungry. Oh. I saw him literally eat an entire cow once. Not alive, but I mean, pretty much every form of conceivable beef product that a cow could give you.
Now, that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I may be small, but I do like food.
You are quite small, she says, like putting her hand on your head.
Oh, I was trying to think of a fucking witty comeback.
No comeback, only head pat.
She kind of chuckles and, she picks up a strawberry and kind of holds it up for Genia.
Oh, I love strawberries. And they're chocolate covered. You need to give the people in the kitchen my regards. And she, without taking it from you, just kind of bites the end off.
Lily's face immediately, like, just immediately pink.
She sees that and kind of chuckles. That will never not be adorable. I want you to know that.
Not my fault that you're so attractive.
It's not my fault you're so attractive. She's kind of like nudging you.
And I figure, hold on, my brain just, like, went dumb for a minute.
Too much gay panic. Brain dumb.
But that's true. I presume, like, the little package came with, like, tiny silverware, too. For, like, the big cupcake.
It came with a singular spork.
A spork. Lily will pick up a decent bite for Genia.
She takes it, and after a moment of, like, you know, like the romantic, like, foreplay, she, like, kind of is taken aback, like, holy shit, that's really good. Like, you need to actually try that. That's actually incredible.
Lily will, of course, immediately take a bite.
It is probably one of the best cupcakes you've ever had. It is, Like, it looks great. It tastes better.
Lily's eyes are just pure bliss.
She kind of gives you that shove, like, yeah, yeah!
I don't think I've ever tasted anything that good.
That is astonishing, actually.
I'm from the military. We don't really eat great. And I spend most of my time traveling, so...
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. But it makes the stuff like this all the more worth it, right?
She nods, and, she kind of takes her hand out and squeezes, Jidia's. You know, I'm glad you've given me a reason to stay.
Oh, yeah?
She nods. I honestly wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. But, I know you at least make me want to stick around.
She smiles. I mean, I can be pretty convincing. I can even show you if you want. Lily audibly squeals.
She,
That is exactly Lily's reaction. You don't need to go any more in depth than that. That's the reaction.
Oh my.
I was gonna say something too. All words were gone.
I mean, if you have something you want to say, you can, but I genuinely love that reaction.
She stops and shoves more cupcake in her mouth. Her face is just visibly red.
She kind of gently takes the spork from you, and she takes another bite for herself. God, like, I know we're trying to be romantic, but I can't get over how good this cupcake is.
Yeah, it was made by the daughter of one of the kitchen staff.
The daughter? How young is she?
I think about 18.
Oh my god.
I know, I'm definitely gonna have to tell everyone about this tomorrow.
Careful, Lily. If you give me any more baked goods by this girl, I may end up leaving you for her. She says, putting a whole ass strawberry in her mouth and giving you a cheeky look.
Lily visibly just has that hurt puppy face.
Oh, with the big watery eyes.
I mean, unless you have some way to convince me. She says, taking another small bite of the cupcake. That's what I thought.
You know what? Everyone else used to say I was intimidating.
No one
But
said
you make
that.
me. excuse me, I can be intimidating. She says with like the most like tsundere face you could think of.
She gets up like right in your face. Prove it.
I want an intimidation check.
Go for it. I need to think about how... Don't roll it yet, because I need to think about whether or not this is advantage or disadvantage.
I am proficient in intimidation.
I'm just going to call it a flat roll.
Okay. 18!
18. Okay. How do you do this? How do you want to do this?
I want to knock her over and pin her down.
Okay.
And I can end there.
Perfect. You both crash onto the floor. And we fade to black. As you completely shoulder tackle your girlfriend. Yeah! But, on that note, we're going to go over to somebody else. I'm going to change the music real quick. We're going to go over to... Hold on. Flit. Flit, you and Reno haul the two dogs over to your room. And as you both get there, you kind of open the door with your tail, and you kind of like just shove the dogs in. They both immediately like kind of run in and like find their spot. They find their little like dog bed in the corner, which is less of a bed and more just like a pile of pillows that you didn't want.
Mm-hmm.
And they just kind of both like plop down. And Reno kind of turns to you. Oh, I had a friend who had dogs once and they were never that well behaved.
Well, did they get them as puppies? Do you know?
You see him visibly pause. I don't, actually.
Well, admittedly, these ones kind of came out of nowhere. Or rather, out of this, and she just kind of, like, shows off her cloak. That might have a hand in it.
Yes, that cloak can be quite handy, can't it?
It has a lot of useful things, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed.
I thought
God.
I thought it'd actually make, like, life, though. I mean, I'm happy to have Rocky and Muggsy, but boy, was that a surprise.
The two dogs are already, like, over there snoring in the corner. Toshi crawls out from underneath your cloak and goes over and starts sleeping on Muggsy's head.
Flick gives a smile and just shakes her head. Man, what a pile of companions I have over there.
Indeed. You certainly know a lot of interesting individuals. You get any more, you'll be able to start your own little adventuring party.
Flit is now instantly imagining, like, a small adventuring party made out of pets.
One day.
Exilia, Rough Galia.
We need a pet one shot now.
The pet one shot is coming, don't worry. Or is it? Who knows? Maybe I'm lying.
Was it gonna be Homeward Bound but D&D?
Yes.
Maybe.
They get lost. No.
Rough initiative.
They-
Reno looks to you, Flit. May I speak with you for a moment before we retire for the night?
Of course.
we discussed potentially taking the first steps in a romantic relationship. And I thought that I would be more prepared for this than I actually am. But I'm going to be honest with you, I am kind of a mess, it seems.
Flit is just patiently sitting with a slight smile, letting him finish his piece.
I would be lying to you if I said that I was, And you see he, like, visibly pauses and kind of gets lost in thought for a second. I've loved and lost a number of times. Some I'm still not entirely sure I'm over. Some that I wish that I could have gotten over a lot sooner. What I do know is that I want this. What I'm nervous about is that I'm unsure how to approach it. I don't want to seem like I'm forcing anything onto you. But I also know that, and pardon me for saying this, I know that this is not a field of expertise for you. And so, I just wanted to be known that if I ever seem like I am taking a step too far, I want you to let me know, alright?
Alright. And thank you for asking.
Of course.
She kind of sighs and, kind of moves on over to the bed. I've been asking around a little bit, discreetly, just on what I should do, what is done or shouldn't be done or anything, and I feel like I'm still lost. I don't even know where to begin or if anything needs to begin. And you were someone special to me in multiple ways, but how does that change if we're in a relationship? She looks kind of visibly frustrated. She just kind of kind of rubs her temples a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You see he kind of lets out like a single like chuckle. That is the sort of the question of the hour, isn't it? There's wisdom in that, oddly enough. Not too many. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. When it feels weird to say I did research, but when I asked, the others, I got back some conflicting messages, I guess.
You asked that group of bumbling dickheads for romance advice?
Well, I wasn't gonna ask Smitty.
Who?
Oh, we were on a boat at the time, and he's the local screw up. But
Please tell me
I
you
thought
at least asked Diana. And Corey?
Diana was the first one I went to.
Oh, thank the gods.
The only two I went to was Diana and she just kind of looks just like a small range of emotions. May you ask Corvin?
Oh no.
Oh, God.
I like Diana's advice a lot better, admittedly, but
You see a visible, like, wash of relief come over him.
I feel offended. I don't know why.
she said that, you know, it's different from person to person, and even the same person, but with a different partner, it could be different. And I, I guess that means that there isn't really a base to draw from, and I guess we just kind of, for lack of a better term, we just kind of go about it aimlessly and see what grows, develops, and I definitely would like to do that with you. So, if you're asking about boundaries, I'll admit I'm not entirely sure what they are, but I trust you enough to make an educated guess, and if I also trust you that if you don't know the answer that you'll ask me.
He nods, and at this point he has kind of come over and taken a seat in the bed next to you. I appreciate your trust in me, and I will make sure to do my best to not abuse that trust. And you feel him kind of just like gently take your hand and just kind of like running his thumb across the top of it.
Flit will put her other hand on top, just kind of, as they're sitting side by side, just lean her head on his shoulder.
He brings your two hands up to his lips and he just gives a gentle kiss on the top of them. Doesn't say anything, just kind of leaves it at that.
To discovery, I guess.
To discovery. And he just kind of turns gently and does another small kiss on the top of your head.
She doesn't react. Well, I shouldn't say that. She continues to smile gently. Good night, Rena. Oh, I actually didn't know if he was wandering off. That's my bad. Yeah, that was my bad.
Just the two of you just sitting on the bed. Good night, Rena. Wait, what?
Good night.
Just leaning up against him.
Okay. Incy.
The two of you spend some time just much like before, just in each other's presence. Neither of you go too far in any sort of way. It's just a calm, peaceful evening with the two of you, just simply enjoying the presence of being together. And slowly, the night winds down, and everyone gets the benefit of a long rest.
Hey.
No.
A few hours later,
Night.
around probably about 3 in the morning, Sarah, I need to change the music.
Yes.
Let me see. I know I got music for this. Actually, I know what to use. Where the fuck is it? There it is.
Check. Did you check underneath the couch?
I found it, don't worry. Throughout the course of the night, you find yourself having a restless sleep, tossing and turning. You're not quite sure what's causing it, but you feel this almost like sleeplessness. It takes a while for you to fall asleep. And a few hours later, probably around 3 in the morning, you find yourself in the midst of a dream, having finally fallen asleep. It's not a bad dream, but it's not really a pleasant one either. It feels empty. You're not really sure what to make of it. You're back in your forest with your cabin. The cabin is not burned like it was the last time you saw it. Raven is by your side, and you can hear the woodland creatures in the forest going about their day. It feels like an ordinary day. You look up and you can see that the clouds have sort of taken over the sky a bit. Seems like it might rain. Normally in this circumstance, you would be happy to be in your cabin, but something feels off. You can't quite put your finger on it, and so you continue throughout the day. The day seems to speed by, and eventually the sun goes down. The rain has come. You're sitting inside your cabin with Raven by your feet, the fireplace going, reading a book. One of the books you picked up from Reno's library. And it kind of begins to click with you. How can I have gotten this book? And the cabin still be alright? And then you have this moment of realization that it is increasingly difficult to breathe. You don't know how long it's been like that, but it's uncomfortable. It quickly becomes unbearable, and you feel a pressure around your throat. You lift your hands up to your neck, and you feel two rigid, strong hands against it. You feel yourself slowly losing consciousness as you are being choked to death. Go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw.
14.
14. This cycle of exasperation, of turmoil, of helplessness begins to overtake you. And eventually these hands slowly give way to a dark, shadowy silhouette that combs over your head and with deep red eyes begins to stare at you. You feel yourself losing consciousness, and your sight begins to fade as this figure that you now see before you slowly begins laughing and laughing in a voice you don't recognize. It's hollow, it's dark, it's demonic. You wake up the next morning, or not the next morning, sorry, you wake up in the middle of the night with a shock. You don't sleep the rest of the night. Sarah, you are not going to be getting the benefit of a long rest today.
Okay.
And on that note, that's where we're going to end for the night.
Ooh. Jesus.
Now we get to leave on that low cliffhanger for another week. Y'all thought it was gonna be all fun and
2 in a row.
games. Y'all were gonna have
2 in a row.
Y'all thought you were gonna have cute romantic shit. Y'all thought you were gonna have a lovely night. No, I got traumatized one of yous.
Fuck.
But that is our session for the night.
Nervously glances at hair of Weston.
So, for reference, in case you couldn't tell, you did not pass that wisdom save.
I figured.
Yeah. But that's okay, because maybe you'll have another chance to, or maybe you won't. Who fucking knows? But
I think you do.
maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Who knows? Maybe the dice will decide. But thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Ah, what a session. What a good session. Let's go ahead and start doing our outros. Let's start with the birthday girl herself. Punk, go.
Shit.
Barfmas.
You all can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and sometimes Instagram at punkyarddog. We did our birthday stream today because my birthday is tomorrow. We did the stream today just because I work tomorrow, and tomorrow I'm also doing the Danganronpa stream where me and many other lovely and amazing and talented people are live dubbing the first Danganronpa game at twitch.tv/Colonel Cheru. I'm also playing Yakuza Kiwami. We do that on Saturdays. Our Shoki Saturday show at twitch.tv/punkyarddog. And I'm going to give it over to J Frost.
Hey, what? Fuck! Hi. Y'all can find me at twitch.tv/JFrost747, where this week probably going to be continuing our Civilization stream with the gang. Totally not committing horrific acts in the name of God. Totally.
Thanks,
God. Totally not. Other than that, nothing really exciting. So let's go to someone a bit more exciting. Let's go to the haunted. Sarah, catch.
Oh boy. They can find me at twitch.tv/wolfstalker16. I did return to streaming on Monday. I was playing Stardew Valley, and tomorrow night, possibly, I'm going to be playing Resident Evil. I was just gifted the game from a friend, and I'm really excited to get into it. I've never seen anything on the game, no playthrough, nothing. So I'm excited to see what awaits. But that is all I have. Let's go with Joe.
What? Ah, fuck. You can find me at twitch.tv/Joe_Marjo, where I am the host of MNW Firing Line. We have officially, as of Friday, wrapped up the C101's Block B, and the culmination is fast approaching. See who won Block B, and see what is going to be happening over on the Warzone side of things.
I have a
Until
title
then-
shot.
Yes.
Which
Until then,
is
please
wild to
tune
me.
in Thursday. It is, you cheeky dick. Anyway, until then, please tune in Thursdays at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And let's go ahead and pass this on to... Hey, CG, can you hold this ticking time bomb for me?
Oh, sure. Okay, so hi, I'm CG. You can find me nowhere because I don't much care for social media, but you can't find poof. Ow. You can find me over on Jack the Questionable's channel for Legends of Ambria every Thursday. You can find me here every Sunday, of course, and you can find me on this channel as well every other Tuesday for the Curse of Strahd.
Yes.
This is a week for Curse of Strahd. I'm sure you guys are pleased with your current circumstances.
We're breaking into Castle Ravenloft. I don't know why I keep calling it Castle Barovia.
It's all Barovia. Look, maybe we'll find the secret bard band, Green Fae, in there.
Boo.
That
Hey.
thing's Barovia. Thing over there's Barovia. He's Barovia. They're Barovia.
He, she, we, Barovia.
Bro, yeah.
In Barovia, the proper pronoun is ah.
As well as dead.
In Barovia, all pronouns are invalid.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's it for me. I think the only one left is our wonderful gnome friend. Here, catch the remains of this stick of dynamite.
Why did it have to be dynamite, not like, a cupcake?
Because I
Well-
wanted to sanctify with dynamite. That's why.
He wanted to go out with a bang.
Ha ha!
I mean, never mind. Bonk.
Bonk.
You can find me over at twitch.tv/wickedriver97 where I don't know. I'm supposed to be doing something tomorrow unless Tart's doing his thing I'll find out. I don't know. I do have D&D on Tuesdays. You can find me for my Curse of Strahd game where you get to see Neffy, the wonderful tiefling, and the mess that her group is.
Yes.
We spent 3 hours getting nowhere. We literally
I believe
moved
it.
20 feet in 3 hours.
I believe it. That's kind of what happened tonight. You guys didn't go anywhere.
I mean, that was the point, though. We needed a break.
Smiles and haunting Sarah.
And I don't know, maybe I'll find something new to play this week. I have Pixark that I want to play. It looks cute. It's like Minecraft and dinosaurs.
Yes.
And then, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna drag Tart into something sooner or later. I got my shiny charm back for Sword and Shield now, so...
Yes.
But that is it for me. Tart, take this!
I ducked. I screamed. Hello. It is I, your humble Dumble Master, and your host, the one and only Pudding Pastry Farting Tart. I am here to tell you all that I love you. I love you deeply. Thank you all for being here today. You can find me here at twitch.tv/fartingtart, where this week we are going to be doing a few things. One, we're going to be doing the Curse of Strahd on Tuesday. We're going to... nothing's going to go wrong. Smile.
Hey Joe, do the thing for me, would you?
Oh, yeah, sorry. The checks haven't really been coming in.
Yes, that one.
Thank you.
But
It's
then...
because we've been doing direct deposit. Go ahead.
Ah, I see.
Oh, fuck yes.
But then we're going to be doing seafood this week, as that comes out on Tuesday, and I'm excited. We're going to be doing paparazzi. We're going to take photos of dogs. And then we're going to have another wonderful little session of this game next week at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here at twitch.tv/fartingtart. But for now, it is time to raid somebody. I've got a few people we can raid tonight. And
Can I actually give a suggestion?
Possibly.
Scotty Knows Gaming has returned to streaming for the first time in months tonight. He only has 4 viewers currently.
That's good to know. I was thinking of rating some of the crew who are doing Baldur's Gate. That group being Tabby, Siggy,
yeah.
Luke, and Astute Biscuit. We also have Gumsy, who's got 1 viewer right now. I'm open to any suggestions.
Yeah, Gunsy's doing Monster Hunter.
Gumsy is doing Monster Hunter. I do. Gumsy?
Let's.
Question mark?
Gumsy's got 1 viewer. Let's rate into Gumsy. Let's show Gumsy a little bit of love.
Gumsy love, Gumsy love.
He's a Gumsy kind of guy.
A big rock, so to speak.
Yes. Go show Gumsy a little bit of love. Let them know who sent you. We will be back next week for another episode of Exodia Regalia with more trauma. 100% more trauma than we saw tonight. But
Yay, trauma.
Yay, trauma. And thank you all for joining us tonight. We love you all so much. And remember, as always, Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter, Stop Asian Hate, and most importantly, you matter. Excuse me, don't cough during my outro.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. How dare you!
Oh, I'm dying. I'm being killed.
Good night. We love you.